It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 729.
How are we, guys? What's happening? What's going on?
For people who tune in live, we are a few minutes late. Apologies, there were a few technical issues, but it's all good.
Yeah, a few's two, but then we put a zero on the other side of the two. So we're here. That is the most important thing. Every single day, this is a daily podcast.
A lot of conversation yesterday in regards to cleaning of one's tongue.
I did it. Yeah.
Did you do it? Did you do it last night?
Yeah, not the first pushback that I've given to tongue cleaning. Supposedly, I gave pushback on radio in Shepparton, and Amy was listening to it years ago, and she's like, "Yeah, you've been pushing back on tongue cleaning for years." I was like, "Oh, first I knew of it. I've forgotten about it."
How did it feel?
No, it makes sense. I mean, look, to be fair, when I had my electric toothbrush years and years ago, I would find it interesting because you could see almost like it was carving out a pattern or something. Like
play with it a bit more.
Yeah, you'd sort of get the thing on the... Anyway, I brushed it last night. I followed the instructions that we were sent on Instagram, which were fucking handy.
Yeah, from our dental assistant, Gronk. What about you, Sevs? Did you brush your tongue?
I did. I gave it a go. I wasn't sure. So, I mean, I'm still dialing in the technique. So I went... From our dental assistant Gronk, the advice was to go from the back to the front of your mouth.
Yeah.
So you're not washing around the bacteria. So I did that, but I wasn't sure, do I keep my tongue in my mouth or am I sticking my tongue out and doing it?
I think tongue out, just like it so you can really see it.
Just got to get to it.
Okay, well that's what I did.
So
I did.
You should be fine.
I did go tongue out the whole way.
Okay. Well, you are an open mouth brusher anyway, which is its own problem.
Yeah.
I mean, Georgie boy, did you
brush your tongue?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But I can't. I got a short tongue, so it's got to stay in my mouth. So I just kind of go around.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I was like scraping. I just kind of mixing it in there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There are tongue scrapers as well that you can get.
No,
what if you did it with floss?
Yeah.
That's actually interesting. It's almost like, people get their brows
cutting ham
done with the...
It was literally,
the brows. I see that happening. We should get that done when that comes back in.
Definitely.
Get our eyebrows on fleek. This morning had a bit of an interesting scenario play out. Leaving 7:30, had to get somewhere by 9 a.m, as we all know here.
Yeah.
But I was driving out and I think it's when you've got a baby that you need to get to daycare and then dropping Amy off and then you need to be somewhere. I get in quite frantic, no, we've got to get going. I love being on time, can't be late, couldn't be late to you, Gronks, at 9 a.m. And we left and we drive out of our, little townhouse block and there's a dog on the road. What do you do if you see a dog on the road and you can't see an owner nearby?
You pick it up.
Do you beep it? Do you beep it?
Depends. Does it look like a friendly dog?
It didn't look like it wasn't. It looked friendly. I guess I didn't think about its friendliness because it wasn't a pit bull or a Doberman or something that you'd think.
What sort of dog?
It was like an old blue heeler, fat, mutt of a thing. Just like a crossbreed. I couldn't tell you the exact breed, but it looked like a blue heeler style dog. Old. Anyway, we stopped. And at that point, as soon as you stop, you can't, there's no closing the door and driving off on a dog that you've just actually engaged with, Be like, it's just absolutely not the way to do it.
So what was the first bit of engagement then? You opened the door, then what?
I drove and sort of pushed it, as in just drove towards it to make it get off the road. Well, it was very slow. And the dog was just sort of, it almost looked happy to see us. And so it kind of went up onto the nature strip and I parked. And we jumped out, and Amy jumped out. We checked it had a little collar with no number for a person, but a serial number for the the council, so they know whose dog it is, right? Anyway, no one around, and so we've ended up taking this dog back to our house, and it was so sweet because it followed us and it was friendly, and we took it inside, and Amy's sister. She had to look after it at that point.
That's a fun, especially in ISO. I think that's one of the best things that could happen.
Well, I mean, yeah, two good things. It was a good dog, and we're doing a good thing. And so we left. Person. Well, it was at that point, you know, when you're like in a frantic sort of, we got to go, we got to go. I felt like it was, I kind of had a moment where I was like, man, this is just one of those tests.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because you
drive through this thing.
I've got no time. I can forget this dog as quick as can be, you know, like it means nothing to me. But then when you stop and you see it's beautiful, you're like, oh. But then I saw Amy walking off with it and I was like, this is definitely a test. I got to fucking take a deep breath. And,
do you think you could eventually get a dog based on this? Like, I feel like this is a movie where you end up either keeping the dog.
Yeah. So I got back today at around 10:30. The dog was still here. Amy's sister was about to go to work. I walk in. The dog's on this. She's put a towel down. It's like having a little sleep. It shook my hand. It didn't bark like Mr. 97's dog. Like, this is an angel. This is
what do you mean,
little
shook
angel.
Your hand? How did the dog shake your hand?
Oh, it was sitting up and fucking put its hand out like,
bullshit.
Shake my hand, bitch.
Were you like social distancing?
Absolutely not. This thing was so beautiful. And anyway, the council were going to come pick it up. And, you know, it's at this point you want to keep the thing. And and I start relating with people who steal dogs. Not that I think it's the right thing to do, but I totally think that people who... I wonder if there's someone out there that doesn't think they're a bad person, but has found a dog and fallen in love and thought, this is my love story now. Yeah. I'm taking ownership. Like, it's a dog act.
So does the council come or not?
It's an absolute dog act. Yeah. So he came, the guy, and I got my next door neighbour at that point, and she said, I know this dog. I know the owner. They walk around here, but
fuck off, that's my dog.
I am the owner. I've got the papers. Yeah. No, anyway, there is one thing that is... it's a bit sort of slow. I could have delivered it back to the person. Like, think about this. They have a tag on you. It took this guy to come out and he's like, yeah, scratching his head. They take it back. Do you know what happens? You get fined. Like, they're going to have to pay to get the dog out of the pound.
How much?
I want to know how much.
It's going to go to the pound.
I think it's like $400. It's not cheap.
Can you check it, Sebs?
Wow.
Because I mean, we could have door knocked and saved this poor woman $400. Let's find out.
How would you have door knocked? So you would have so you reckon it was close to your neighbourhood,
so
obviously.
I was worried that it was... I've never seen the dog before, but I was worried that where I pulled over, imagine if it was just the house, it just walked out the front of its house, like legit lived across the road. And so that's why I got Jackie next door, who's, 17 years has been living here longer. And she said, no, I see that dog. I speak to the owner most days, but I don't know where she lives. She walks down behind our property and out. And so she doesn't know if it's across the road, that direction, or back behind our place. So either way, I think it's a good result.
Definitely.
It's a really good result, but it's it's going to cost her.
Yeah.
Can we find any info, Sevs?
You would have done it for
Can't
200.
find the actual cost.
Well, whatever it is, I'll halve it.
Halve it. Yeah.
ISO money. Get that ISO money.
I mean, there's a business opening the gates of Neighbours and then doing it as a discount for pickup.
Well, I also thought, like, why is there not an app that... So rather than they take all the money off people for looking after them, why isn't there an app that you can jump onto, put the code into if it's around their neck, and it pings a message to the owner, and it just says, have your dog send cash or nudes. Either one. No.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the owner, really, doesn't it? It could be a real shock.
I'll take whatever.
Yeah. We actually, before we get to what we did this morning, great job on the video last night. Your one video a day is going strong.
Well, yesterday was my third video, and a part of the whole premise of the video was that I'm tired. I've been up later than I normally have been engaged in a screen. My screen time on my phone's gone right down. My screen time on my computer has gone astronomically up, but I can't tell. This is how tired I am, and I'm not trying to complain, but this is a bit weird. A notification came up on my iMac, big, 27-inch iMac, whatever it is. I
Apple?
thought...
Yeah, iPhone 11.
An Apple. I'm just trying to say, it's just painting the picture of the size. It's not a little laptop. It's like a big screen. I went to touch it. I thought the fucking big screen was a touch screen. That's how tired I am. a notification came up, your message, Josh, and I'm just fucking touching the screen.
Trying to swipe.
Legit was... Mate, this needs to be a touch screen, that's for sure.
I mean, there is that muscle memory thing with, like, I even noticed, like, going from my PC to my Mac, it scrolls a different way. It's enough just to
it's a
drive
whole
you mad.
persona. That's like you
so
switching
annoying,
personalities, Josh.
Yeah.
That's like your...
rebrand, which is coming.
Okay.
Before we get to the rebrand, I wanted... So, go and watch the video that TJ has done with Craig Harper. But what I wanted to play today was... you had a different video in mind, which was a flower video.
Well, I filmed this like early in the morning and had it done by midday. And I hadn't even started Craig Harper's video. I hadn't even started the one that I ended up posting.
And so you said to me, oh yeah, I've got a video, very basics. It's basic. It's me looking at different flowers in the neighbourhood. And then I brought that up on the show. Was that the reason that you decided to throw in the towel on that project?
Nah, I think it was Georgie Boy's Hump Day replay and just the quality that he pushes out. Mm-hmm. And, it's it may be once a week, George, but you're inspiring a nation and you inspired me to push forward.
Okay, so anyway, but the video was completed and so you've done me a solid and you've sent it through.
Right, you're going to play it?
Yeah, we'll play it now. But TJ, did you want to sort of
keep it up your sleeve for next week?
Well, I mean, this
is the same problem. This is the same problem that I had with my photo project. You can't start hoarding creativity.
Content.
So you might have a great day and you'll be like, I've done 6 videos. You can't use them. It's all about doing one a day. Yeah.
And it makes sense to have them go out. And so this is not today's video, mind you.
Okay.
This is getting some use out of my flower power video.
Is it going to make sense for our podcast listeners?
There'll be some sort of short, maybe 5-10 seconds of music, which is, quite lovely. And there's some bits of me talking. So, at the front and the back, lots of talking, middle, a little bit of talking. And it's only short.
Okay. All right. Well, before we get that going, here's 10 seconds of admin. 10 seconds of admin. Did you know you can actually subscribe? It's a podcast. You can do it and also give us a review at Apple Podcasts. Thank you. Here we go. This is the extra flower video.
I'm just out for a walk. Well, I was getting coffee and then I was walking home and now it's pouring rain. But in the middle of walking along thinking, this is annoying, I'm getting wet, I was noticing the colours of the leaves at the moment. I don't know if you've seen them. Maybe you haven't been outside. But I'm going to push forward in this rain and I'm going to capture on my iPhone a whole bunch of these beautiful, colourful trees. I may regret this. There was one back here. Oh, rosemary. Take some for Amy. So initially this wasn't today's video idea, but that's the beauty of this project, is that I'm needing to create a new video every day. So I'm looking for opportunities, looking for things to film and capture. And this is one of them. Oh shit. Sweet.
I mean, with the song, I actually thought that was Bree calling to me at the end there. I was like, what the fuck? That's
good. That was great.
I think it was the iPhone 11,
I was great. Yeah, that filming's great from the phone.
I thought a little bit insensitive because Sebs is colourblind. But it was really good.
Sorry, Sebs. So, what, did you see any of the flowers there?
It was black and white, to be honest.
Do you see? Great. Maybe that's like. Do you just see in black and white, Sebs?
No.
It all makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, no. I saw the saturation. The iPhone did a great job.
Yeah. Are you glad that I released the other one though? Like,
oh look, the thing is, we would have. I think I would have. It's part of the process. I think that like the friction of you putting out the one that you're not happy with. Yeah. Like I did 15 days or whatever of that photo project, and there's times where it's like, this isn't great, and so you know it, and so it's like you just bracing yourself. Like you want to preempt it. You want to be like, hey guys, this is shit. Enjoy your day. But you can't project the way you're feeling about the work onto the audience.
George does a great job at projecting his internal dialogue when he's when he's
I love telling people
doing
I'm
his
not happy
intros. George, I'm not happy with it. Productions, that's his company. No, it's isn't it funny though, the noise in our head about around creative endeavors, like it is. There needs to be a disconnect. There needs to be some awareness, and I'm not fucking good at it. I think I've just done quite a bit of it where I'm just like, it was that thing which I said to the Shameless girls. It's like, hello, my old friend. It's in my head. It's that doesn't go. And so the beauty was that the video that I ended up putting out later that day was essentially about this thing we're talking of. The what's in your head and and getting stuff done in the real world, which is the action world, the stuff outside. Look, Craig said it better. Should we just play? Can we play Craig's?
We can play Craig's
dialogue because he speaks for 2 minutes.
And the funny thing about the when I felt bad about my photos, I was like, these are the worst ones I've ever done. I got a message from Sevs being like, mate, these are my favourite. I was like, I don't know what the lesson is there. It's either Sev's got black taste.
I couldn't see the colours, so
black and white ones are beautiful.
I've been thinking like, we are all full of shit, and by full of shit,
speak for yourself.
Well, by full of shit, I mean we talk the absolute most, the most bullshit to ourselves. Like Josh, you saying that to yourself, that is a version of bullshit. And so because someone else out there doesn't think that, or they do think that, but there is someone that doesn't think it, and it's not necessarily truth.
And so here is Craig Harper with a bit of motivation. This is the video from yesterday.
It's only day 3 of this video project, and I'm tired. I've been up the last couple of nights, and I need some motivation. I need a hit. I need my boy, Craig Harper.
We've spoken many times about analysis paralysis, and a lot of us live in our thoughts. We inhabit 2 worlds. We inhabit an internal world and an external world, and this is where the stories and the self-talk and the self-loathing and the excitement and the joy and the passion and the ideas and the creative, this is from where it's all kind of resides. But it's not until we actually step out of that, we step out of the theoretical construct that is all of that internal stuff, and we put ourselves in the middle of the practical, the doing, by going to the gym, by, physically writing that story, by playing your guitar, by you getting out with your camera and shooting some footage. Otherwise everything is just this perpetual idea, this perpetual intention, this concept, this construct, this theory, this dream that never gets breathed life into it. There will be things that work. There will be things that don't work. I've opened businesses that didn't work. I've done presentations that didn't work. Right now I'm doing a PhD, which is, I'm still scared, but the only way that I can be less scared and more confident and more capable and more resilient at that very high academic level that I feel very unqualified to be in is by putting myself in the situation. I'm still insecure. I'm still fearful. I still feel unworthy and like a fraud on a regular basis, but that's not going to go. I can't think myself out of that. It doesn't matter what the self-talk is. It's an emotion. It's a feeling. But what happens is when I put myself into a place where now I'm working against the resistance of my fear or my laziness or my procrastination, just like you do, Tom, when you go, there's got to be less lag time between my idea and my action. Once I step into that, one, I'm creating results in my practical results that can be seen, and I'm also changing my operating system. I'm becoming more proactive, productive, and effective, and less stuck in my inner dialogue.
Oh, mate, I'm fired up. What do I owe you?
$27.50.
I'll PayPal it. Boom. There we go.
It's so good.
How good's Craig? I love it. He didn't even know what I was calling about.
It's like lyrics. Don't you think he should write songs? I'd love to get him to learn a guitar, like how to play guitar.
we spoke for like 20 minutes, and I asked a bunch of other dumb questions. And the last one, I literally was like, "Mate, can you just motivate me?" That's exactly what I said. Can you motivate me? And he just did that, and I was like, "I got it. Thank you." And he's like, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, let me know if you do something with it." Like he's always.
Did he know you were recording?
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, we got off to that start where I was recording, but he's like, "Are we doing this?" And I was like, "Yeah," but I was like, I didn't have much idea. I mean, that's the point of this project, is like what Craig said, that less lag time between the idea and starting is, for me, and it's so funny because it's taken me years. Like I could have probably come up with this years ago. It's funny when you actually believe something, like really embody it, and you go through the pain of not understanding yourself for a long time, and then you get to some, like a penny drop moment is that moment where it all aligns and you're like, I truly understand it. And so that starting is like, it comes at the detriment sometimes, I think, of maybe the ultimate overarching quality of something, but it doesn't mean that the thing that I start will be bad. It just means that getting started is the thing that will make me work out so many things along the way, because I'm one that just fucking goes inward and shuts it off, because it's almost like I can't handle that inward time, or definitely an overload. Like I think we all probably have a version of threshold for going inward and thinking about stuff before we start, but for me, I just need less of it. Because I still get, like, how much creativity comes out of starting or a project. This podcast,
and simplicity as well. I think that, like, the starting plays into simplicity. Like, I think that we fuck ourselves because we think that it's like, okay, if I'm going to do this thing, and that's why I think there's such an advantage for, like, beginner mindset. Like, if you're just getting started, like, think about how there was always a conversation that you and I had, because in the early days of our friendship, you were making so much, like just going out and filming things. And I'd sort of, because I'd had that, 7 or 8 years beforehand, it was like this weird one where it's like, oh no, you don't understand. Like this could fuck up. Like what you're doing here, like you don't have a backup here, or there's this or there's that. And it's like, it doesn't really serve you to be thinking about that stuff.
Well, I mean, it doesn't serve you if it stops you from doing the thing, because the mistakes, like, they all get made. They're all part of the journey. You can't have a seamless career of no stuff ups, which is essentially Craig, what he's saying, start businesses, they fail. We've done that, Josh. We've started shit and failed and started and stopped. It's like you starting and stopping your photo thing, there's no issue there. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, you did it. You got great photos.
I got the thing that I wanted out, like at that time, what I wanted, and then you just find the new thing, and so it's like, What's the other option? The other option is like, oh, I fucked it. I'm not doing it. It's like, that's why, I guess there is that sort of trend to look at failure as something that we should lean into, because it's because that's the only guarantee that we have in the whole thing.
Leaning into the uncertainty.
Talking about failure, I just wanted to talk about the PayPal thing. Casey brought it up.
Oh my God, that was a big failure.
And so you mentioned PayPal at the end of the video.
That was inspired by our fuck up. It's exactly why I said PayPal. I don't talk about PayPal much, but it's on my mind, to be honest.
So, I mean, it's not Blame Monday.
But it's throw them under the bus Thursday.
Yeah. It's thrashing Thursday. No, I don't know. Like, the thing is, it's a hard one, because I don't know where I stand amongst it. I don't know how guilty I am in this whole thing. Sevs, can you explain what's happened?
Well, so...
You just read your text when you sent me when I said, mate, what's going on with PayPal? You fixed it?
It's probably easier.
Yeah.
It was a
bit of
you want to read your text?
Nah, it's okay. I mean, essentially what happened was we had to create a PayPal account to claim the money from the orders people made for Gronk merch.
And so the Gronk merch, that was through Shopify, and Shopify, you just sort of turn it on, and there's all different payment methods. We connected our Stripe. There's PayPal. It doesn't actually require you to do anything from day one.
You don't actually have to set up the account beforehand.
No.
So we got like emails saying like create an account to claim your funds, and so I did that on Sunday, and
it was because on the 26th of May, that's when we were told that we would lose the money.
Yeah. You have a month from when they make the payment to claim it. Otherwise, it gets refunded automatically. And so I created the PayPal account, and as soon as you create the account, it's placed under limitations until it gets more information from you. So you got to enter like your ABN and all that sort of stuff.
Which, first of all, just quickly on that, like you called me on a Sunday, and I was driving, and we had FaceTime open. TJ, he put his own personal name as the PayPal. Like he said, yeah, I've put the company, but I've put me as the main contact. I was like that's problematic. Don't you think you should be putting any finance? If you create a bank account, you put one of the directors' names, don't you?
Yeah, you're not a director of the business.
So anyway, that was problematic. So anyway,
yeah.
Well, the good thing is it's just a user on the account, and you can have multiple users.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know that at the time, but it worked out well. So
yeah.
Okay, you're lucky.
Do you understand that bit though?
No, I get it.
Yeah, it's like you writing checks or something on behalf of a big media company. Anyway, so go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, so when we created the account, it was put under automatic limitations, and then it tried to claim all the payments while our account was limited, so we couldn't actually receive or make any payments. And so everyone who made a payment, it got denied, and everyone who made a payment via PayPal, it got denied, and then it's been refunded
to them. So for about out of $3,500 of sales, about $1,000 just went right back to everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean,
what are we doing?
That's exciting.
It's a big problem, but it's not a big problem.
George.
They've got free merch. So here's the thing. We
just want to break even, George.
We haven't broken even. No. Absolutely have not broken even. I did this once setting up Amy's Shopify store for her candles, and luckily I realised at one purchase in, so it's like $45 purchase, which we'd already fulfilled and sent, and so it's all in the negatives at that point, and then the money got refunded to them. There's two things. The person on the other end, Gronk move if they realise and then don't mention it.
But I don't think that's a problem. The Gronks, most of them, we knew way before the Gronks have known. And so Casey has even messaged and said she can just pay into our show email. If people want to send us donations, random amounts of money outside of that, hi@thedailytalkshow.com, that's set up now.
Oh, can you do that? Can you do that?
So you could just PayPal me money? Is that how it works?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe we need no, I think they can.
And hi @thedailytalkshow.com.
No.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Let's just.
Well, I just need to.
Oh, do you just want?
Well, the reason I say it is because I went to office work. I need to cover my new purchase, which I got from Office Works this morning.
It's a megaphone. It is big. Like in Italy, there's all these people walking around selling, shitty little ones. I got one when I was so pissed and annoyed so many people in Rome. This is king size. This is what a cop would have at a rally telling, the vegans to settle down. That's what would happen.
Well, the thing is it's not the cost in the megaphone, it's the cost in the batteries, because these use D batteries.
What's a D battery? Is that huge one that's looks like the size of a cup? Like a cup. It's
not a cup.
Yeah.
Well, it's a square.
Shot glass.
Oh, okay.
It's a shot glass.
Okay, shot glass. No, I remember the big batteries for the torches back in the day that were like a little brick. Yeah. Okay, how much are they?
But how much did you pay for? I needed 8, and they only sold the batteries in 6, so I had to get 12.
And so, how much did you pay?
And how many does it use?
Well, because I also got some other stuff because we did something today that involved all of this, so it came to $79, but I got a receipt.
Well, that's good.
All right.
And so anyway, do you want to hear?
You're saying we need money. That's why.
Yeah, we need.
PayPal
So
money.
wouldn't it be great if you write Megaphone and send us $5? If you send $5 to our PayPal, hi@thedailytalkshow.com. Anytime I use it, actually no. Once a month, I'll thank the Megaphone sponsors, and so we can have up to
brought to you by.
Yeah, brought to you. That could be fun.
I actually don't mind that. You just get
that's good.
That is kind of good, unless there's some untoward businesses starting to send through some cash.
If you send $50, you get full naming rights of the Megaphone. And so it could be the Russ Keys Megaphone every time I use it.
That is quite funny. I love that.
thedailytalkshow.com.
But if you were one who bought a T-shirt or hoodie or what were they?
Crewneck.
Via PayPal.
Crewneck.
The merch via
PayPal. Don't do anything. Sevs will be in touch. I don't want you to send through cash or anything. Just
unless there's that donation on the Megaphone.
Yeah, we'll do the legwork. And we love you for supporting us, and it was our fault.
It's actually PayPal's fault. Just blame. We're throwing PayPal under the bus. It's absolutely not my fault.
Yeah, but
and that's not PayPal.
Gronk
PayPal. That is PayPal.
It's better to see you squirm. PayPal doesn't squirm. They're just like, I'm rich, bitch. I've got billions. Yeah. Imagine all that money. Imagine all the lost money in PayPal, like that is sitting in random accounts that people can't access. I'd love to know how much. All that, nightmare.
Sevs, Casey says to check the PayPal account. Do you want to hear
We just got a message.
What do we got?
$5.
No.
$5.
This is good.
$5 from Casey.
Thanks, Casey.
Casey sent Megaphone.
You are one of the supporters of the Megaphone.
And so is there going to be like a time limit on the sponsor read? So it's like if Casey's the only one who sent in $5, she gets the whole minute or whatever.
Yeah, so I think that what we do is it's 10 seconds of admin. One of them is thanking our Megaphone sponsors. I think that's right. But the thing is, that will be for about 12 months because there is another Megaphone that I'd like to buy.
There's one thing we need to work out from Hot Accountant how we're reconciling these random amounts of $5 coming into our business transaction.
Josh at joshjanssen.com PayPal.
No, don't do it.
Just do it as a personal thing if you want. Can I do
that Megaphone you were just saying there's a nicer one that you want to get.
Yeah, there's just. This was like.
How much is it? How much,
mate?
How much is a good one?
I think just under 200, you'll get a real good one. Hi at thedailytalkshow.com.
What is the difference? They do the same thing.
Just like quality, like it's got like a better cord because it's like it and
better cord.
It's also like power as well.
You know what? Just not to.
So does that mean it needs 2 D batteries?
I don't know. I would love to get one with USB, to be honest, charging.
Just relate it back to my videos. I'm using someone messaged me and said, love your video. What camera are you using? What's your setup?
Yeah.
And I remember asking all those questions before I started doing anything because I felt like there was, not saying this person's doing that, but for me, my side was, I was transfixed on the gear.
Yeah.
This
good procrastination too. Yeah.
And so I'm using a subpar camera, and my drone just broke, so I can't get the aerials. But you just get so what I'm saying is, your Megaphone, mate.
I'm going to use and abuse this
$70
thing.
Of use.
Exactly. Well, no, we need to deconstruct the cost in the notepads and stuff, like the clipboards, because I don't want to sort of lump it all in. But we did use that video is coming out tonight that TJ is working on that involves a Megaphone. Can I quickly do my personal rebrand announcement?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you go for it.
What were you going to say?
Well, you don't want me reading comments.
Yeah,
do you want me to read? Can I?
Yeah, you can read one.
You've read... Okay, great. Well, Jem is just saying, is anyone going to do a pull-up? I'll pay $100.
You would?
A pull-up? Yeah. How much would you pay for a top-off pull-up?
I feel like that's thrown in with the pull-up, to be honest.
We're drifting close to an OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
It's just so close. And it will be all of Sevs. Only Sevs. Next, Grace will move to Melbourne. There'll be an OnlyFans duo account. Grace and Sevs.
All very tasteful.
It's all, it's all just, just access. That's all they want.
It's like they don't get the reference. It's referring to Ben Fordham's mate Jake,
who
did a pull up. That's the joke.
Mm.
But would they? But are you still going to pay the 100?
You pay no.
Maybe this after.
No, but that was we're the charity. Jen donated $100 to Beyond Blue.
You're not gonna. It's not tax deductible. That's for sure.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. I'm going to do my personal rebrand announcement.
Yeah.
I have a feeling what happened was Bree's hairdresser opened up last night, or has recently opened up, and so Bree had her haircut. And I find that when I am at home, all of a sudden I get bored within 10 minutes. And so I was thinking, what can I do? And I went to personal rebrand stuff. And so there is the concern that I have that it's not going to live up to...
Sorry, Josh, I'm so sorry to interrupt your announcement. But I do just want to say... WhalePod Analytics is the new sponsor for the Megaphone. $50.
We have a Megaphone sponsor, WhalePod, brought to you by WhalePod the Megaphone.
These are definitely...
Thank you,
WhalePod. It sounds like a whale.
That's good. Yeah, it does.
Can you put
what happens to Casey's $5?
No, I don't know.
Wait, hang on. Wait, Casey,
what do we
I am
do?
so... We need to do something. There needs to be a deal done.
Rights.
I think she needs to be paid out.
Oh my God.
By... Rory's going to have to cover any other shareholders.
No, this is too that's too complex.
This is...
I think it's just...
Mate, you started this. This is your fault.
Casey says put it to what's going on.
Sorry, guys. We've got a new one. We've got a new sponsor.
Who is it?
It's Caitlin.
Oh no! This is
Caitlin.
This is personal. Are we just doing?
How is this going to be reconciled? This is
Caitlin
a disaster.
Brianna Williams. She sent through $20. What does that get her?
That gets.
Oh my God! We got $10 more from Gemma Watts.
Oh, this is good. This is going straight to the new Megaphone.
That thing's paid for itself.
You're going to have it in no time.
We said we couldn't fucking monetize this podcast. We're rich. This is good. This is good. I haven't even done the personal rebrand announcement yet. Should I announce it through the WhalePod Megaphone?
Yeah, yeah. Well, do it. Yeah, do an announcement.
No,
and then
brought to you by everyone.
Actually, sorry, Josh. Have you got your phone set up with the NDI connection to your iPhone? I wouldn't mind to see you go out onto the balcony.
No, I'm not doing that. No, not today. We'll do that. No, it has to be for a special occasion. I'll go out because I know Bree's currently in a meeting. I know she'll crack it, which is fair enough because I've already done the alarm. But and the other thing too is it reflects, the audio will reflect throughout the whole neighborhood. I know it will. But I think that's
the purpose, because we wanted to get WhalePod's message out there.
Well, I think what we can do is I think that we can as a special, we can do it as a I feel like you get a once-off go at it. So WhalePod needs to work out exactly what he wants the copy to be.
Yep.
And then I'll use it.
And then you need to record a video at home by yourself that goes out on Instagram, and it's thanks to today's Megaphone.
Well, it's forever. He's the naming rights sponsor for the next year.
No, that's not.
The next year.
It's the most stupid fucking idea. It's this show.
What do you think? What do you think?
This is how it works. This is how it works, because you're clearly not thinking about business right now. He's the naming rights sponsor of the Megaphone. He's the naming rights sponsor of the Megaphone until someone else knocks off his naming right.
Oh, this is good for cash. This is good.
Okay. So good for cash. As soon as someone sends at least $50,
no. The real rule is they have to up they have to
by 5.
They have to
by 5.
Auction it by 5. Yeah, so it's the next one is 55.
The bidding is 55.
Yeah. This is huge. Use it. This is going to be a snippet.
Or
George,
or you could do a Monopoly.
We're all homeowners. People are like, how did you do it? And you can explain the whole scheme of every single day we had a new Megaphone sponsor.
This is amazing. How good
I think Caitlin's regretting sending 20 now because it's a bit... What does she get for that?
Well, so Caitlin, you can...
This is a good point. So Rain Man, WhalePod, is getting the Megaphone naming rights. And then are we saying it's... So, the WhalePod Megaphone brought to you by and then everyone else who's...
Wait, so
how are we
okay,
including those others?
So you're saying
I'm just trying to think about...
WhalePod is forever. So it's like Etihad Stadium, and then within there, I've got...
Yeah, it's Etihad Stadium until someone tops it by $5.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
then you've
also
Etihad Stadium worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but you said forever. So
Marvel paid an extra $5 and got Marvel Stadium.
And so what do we think about the idea is like getting some form of stickers or whatever? Like they should get like a WhalePod logo or something.
Yeah. Well, I think you should record the sound of a whale into it, pre-record it, and then every time it's announced, you play the whale sound.
Yeah. I mean, it could be gone. This is what I love about it, though, because it's like you could be knocked off. You at least get some mentions. And I think there's some sort of social content, Josh, that you could reel out at home, in your little dungeon, just reading out some kind of copy, or thanking Caitlin, or thanking Gemma. Who else did we have? Thanking Casey. And then obviously...
Shana says there should be a fifth screen that just streams the view of the megaphone. I do the megaphone definitely needs its own spot.
It needs a holster.
A holster.
Definitely.
Okay.
Oh, that's
great. And so I feel like the megaphone's taken from my announcement, but I'm going to do it anyway, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Send cash quickly while
Are you in there? Yeah, if you get in beforehand, then
it stops.
You might actually get naming rights. Yeah,
or too much.
Are we running exclusive
banner or?
And also, JJ, you need to mention WhalePod.
Yeah,
I'm reloading our emails just to see if there's anything.
This is Josh from the WhalePod Megaphone. I have a personal rebrand announcement. Starting May 15, I will be removing coffee from my diet and will now be the tea guy. Thank you.
That's it?
Is that it?
Is that it?
Yes.
Is that all it was?
I'm
you're joking, man. I would be absolutely...
I'm the guy with the Mocha Master, and I'm just letting Bree's furious.
Can I have your Mocha Master?
No, absolutely not.
Mate, there's one at the office.
Yeah, if you want to take that from the office, George, you can take it. You can take it home for a while.
Nah, that's right. I like it here.
People are loving it in the comments. I can't get through to them all. I can't read them all out now, but they're loving it.
Can we get in the comments how long we think it will last before he has a first coffee?
Yeah.
Can I ask what tea is going to be your go-to?
Well, funnily enough, if you had watched my Insta stories, I did say that the what do you call it when you get a hint? A hint was I've been thinking about doing this for oolong time. Oolong tea.
Oolong time.
Yeah. And so I'll probably do oolong. I'll do pu'er.
I've never heard of these.
Yeah, well, because you're not a tea guy.
This is real Tim Ferriss vibes. Mm-hmm. He's a tea guy, isn't he?
Well, I had the whisk. I had the matcha whisk and stuff. But no, I bought a nice Japanese teapot and
this is more Kevin
cups
Rose
and stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Kevin Rose vibe. Yeah.
And so he did have on Twitter TEA, and he's had Dr. Andrew Weil, who has matcha.com. But maybe we should get Sarah Holloway back to chat about all things tea.
Also Mason.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Mason from Byron. Yeah, maybe I should get into the mushies.
Tea. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking about this literally this morning when I was making my smoothie. I was like, I could definitely get into mushrooms right now.
Yeah. Well, let's get Mason
that,
Taylor. I think Mason Taylor.
Callum thinks I'm going to last for 5 days. Caitlin thinks 4.
You know what you should get, Josh?
You know what?
You should get a really good what are those things that keep the tea hot? That you can.
I've got one.
Thermos.
I've got one of the best thermos you can
make
get.
That's right.
Who wants to sponsor the thermos?
Make it in the morning and just have it.
I'm taking.
Who wants to sponsor?
No, don't, Josh. Don't. This is like diluting.
Who wants to sponsor my beanie?
Absolutely not.
Who wants to sponsor the
beanie?
No.
You're just taking it beyond.
No.
Hey, the good thing is that you're not. This isn't saying I'm quitting caffeine. You're just going off coffee because tea. Like I think that you need at least a black tea that has caffeine in it to start with, and then sort of just over the day sipping your whatever you want. the other stuff. Not to tell you what to
well,
do.
It's also got a bit. It's got some other qualities.
Like you're on edge. We don't want to take away your medication, which is caffeine.
Well,
you can do it.
Cookies. Show Baker.
Sebs, you've never been addicted to fucking coffee in your life. You have no idea about getting off it.
No, he'll be right though.
You know, we're addicts, mate.
There is
take some time for the addicts of this.
This is why I don't want to start. This is the exact reason why I don't want to have coffee.
Well, because
you don't want to be
with everyone about
plain.
I mean, but also you're the guy who didn't really want to drink, and then the other day people were telling you how to slow down, and you're like, I like the feeling. So really, you came around.
Yeah, but that's literally 1.5 gins. So
yeah,
it's great.
Mate, back on it tomorrow. Back on it tomorrow. Friday night drinks.
That could be his nickname. 1.5 gins.
Yeah, it's better than 1.5 chins, to be honest.
Very true. All right.
All right. That's it. That's it. Just do you want to just give a sort of sign off with
the
WhalePod Megaphone? Yeah, wrap it
sure.
up. Do the sign off, and then we're done. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you to our naming rights sponsor of the Megaphone, WhalePod. Simply Google WhalePod to find out how Rory can help you with your analytics and podcast AI.
Actually, I've just WhalePodAnalytics.com is his. Maybe just include that.
I want it clean. What was it again?
WhalePodAnalytics.com.
WhalePod with an H. Analytics.com. Has it got an H?
Say
Whale?
Clean. That's not clean because you said.
No, just read it.
I just
WHALE.
Do you know what I just Googled?
It's great. Just do the whole thing.
That's why I thought Googling would be better.
No, but I just typed in WhalePod with an H, analytics.com. The whole thing.
How else would you spell whale?
I don't know. You could forget the H. It's silent. Ale. Okay, here we go.
WALE. Okay, go clean from the start.
Thank you for listening to the Daily Talk Show on the Megaphone, brought to you by WhalePod Analytics. That's whalepodanalytics.com. 10 seconds of admin. Have you got Instagram? Oh, perfect. Go and give us a follow and then share on Insta stories that you're listening. It will help. See you tomorrow, guys.
See you guys.